Welcome to the Command Center Podcast. I'm Logan Paulson here with Fred Smoot and Santana Moss, and we are brought to you by Bet365. At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe every sport should be epic, right, Fred?
It's always epic, brother.
That's why we will offer an in-game experience which covers 78 sports and over 780,000 live streams. Tana, I don't know if I can name 78 sports.
Me either, but it's big time.
Big time is right. To 90 million customers worldwide, our online betting brand is powered by a world-class proprietary product and over 7,000 employees across the globe. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365, the official sports betting partner of the Washington Commanders. Fred, what's that disclaimer there?
Let me squint my eyes. Must be 21 plus and physically located in Virginia. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah. Nice. Awesome. So, hey, this week, guys, we have the New York Giants.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start this off with something that I know Tana wants to say right away, but it is, to me, it's the thing for this game. Never fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Tana, so tell us why we can never fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
I mean, if you listen to Fred, you think that we should just roll out there and beat these guys.
Come on, it's DeVito.
It's DeVito, but to me, when you're looking at this team, the Giants' defense is what caused us to be where we was at last time we faced them. You come into this game, if you watched the last week game against the Cowboys, the first 2 or 3 series, the Cowboys didn't have a touchdown up because the defense was humming. And actually, Dak Prescott threw a pick before they even scored any points. So that defense could be the reason why they end the game. Now, I understand it's a team game, so we have to do what we have to do offensively, and they have to do what they have to do as well to score points. But I'm not coming into this game just thinking that because they got DeVito, they're not going to find a way to be productive offensively. I saw at times when he ran the ball, things slowed down for him offensively, and then he was able to complete some passes here and there. They have the capable guys. We know on defense, we already said this about us. We're not great. We do a lot of great things, but we're not good enough to sit there and say that we can just walk into the stadium and beat the team. So with them, they have the lead on us in the last last 3 games they won. We have to make sure this game, like I said last time, it's vital for us to go out there and bring it to them and leave out of that stadium with a victory and stop all that banana in the tailpipe, that drinking the Kool-Aid, that fog in the damn in the morning, all that stuff you got going on.
I don't think it's any of that. I just think after you go to school for like 3 years with a person, y'all done got into a couple, fisticuffs, kind of like a bully to you. When you see that bully limping down the street with his arm broke and his leg broke, I'm finna go and get you back for every last. I just think if we're ever going to beat this team, it has to be this week.
That's true, but you can't go into no game with the mindset of saying it's just gonna happen.
Oh, yeah, that's what happened to us against the Chicago Bears.
Bingo.
We went in there with the Chicago Bears, thought we were just going to beat them. It didn't happen. Joshua Dobbs, I almost pulled it off, who I apologized for at the beginning of the year, calling him out. He's the only thing he's been a baller, right? So all I'm saying is, no, you cannot go into this. But if you're putting this thing on paper and you're saying, all right, they are the reason that our offensive line is playing as good as they are right now. We changed everything after that Giants game. So they're going to be playing a new version of our offensive line, plus them down one Leonard Williams on their defensive line, and numerous, and when I say numerous people injured. I just feel this is one of them things where I don't think this is a player's game. I think this is a coach's game.
And coach's game from what standpoint? Like they need to motivate the guys, or they need to get
motivation, just the X's and O's of it. I think the X's and O's. Think about it. The Giants coaching staff with Coach Daboll going to do everything in their power to make sure that DeVito don't lose the game. They're not going to be coaching for him to win it. All right, well, guess what? That means defense first, right? All right, so that means on offense, we're going to have to get a couple of big plays on their defense to get them on their heels because they're going to coach a defensive type game.
So you've been a defensive guy, and you know that when we faced Wink last time, he brought everybody in the kitchen sink at times. Do you think now with a couple of guys nicked up, you don't have Leonard, you have Thibodeau kind of, you're not sure, he's questionable. You got Banks questionable. You got Flock questionable. You got so many different guys that's questionable. Do you think this would be more of one of those games where he say, okay, now I have to put more guys in coverage? Because we've seen what Sam has been doing the last few weeks. Even the week that we faced him, Sam came back the second half and started throwing the ball around. So with that being said, do you think he comes in with the same approach?
Yeah.
Or do you think he changing up a little bit, put more guys in coverage?
I think he can't help but be Wink Martindale.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I just think that's in his DNA to say, and then think about it, Tanner. It was successful the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So he gonna be like, I want to see, because I don't see nobody.
They fixed it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see. I don't
If it
see
ain't
nobody
fixed-
that blitzed him like I did since we played him. Have they fixed that situation? And all right, maybe I can't run the same blitzes I ran the first game. Maybe I'm gonna run a little bit something off of those blitzes and try to get him to throw into coverage at the same time.
Yeah.
So I still think he can't help but be Wink Martindale.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think, like, Tanner, you alluded to this a little bit already. Like, the thing that changed, like, you watch that Dallas game, they're in that first quarter. It's 7-0 at the end of that first quarter because they get a turnover right away and they get a fourth down stop. And so I look at what they do well against us, specifically that defense. They find explosive defensive plays. So sacks, fumbles, interceptions. They maximize those things
Get them in the game.
and put their offense in an advantageous position. The other thing that they did in the first matchup is they were in really good field position the whole game. They had us backed up.
Yeah.
They kept us back up. We couldn't get out of that position. You watch the Dallas game, completely opposite. They were backed up the whole time. They couldn't get out of the shadow of their own end zone.
Yeah.
So, to me, if there's not a good answer, to your point, Fred, with regards to, like,
Craig, I go by
Craig, with regards to the X's and O's,
Craig.
the X's and O's of EB. If you don't have a good plan for what Wink's going to do, this is going to be really challenging.
Yeah.
And the defense can wreck the game. We only scored 7 points last game.
Yeah.
But that's why I said
exactly.
this is a coach's game to me.
I agree.
This is coaches win this game with the pen. They're not gonna win it with a speech.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna win it with riding nobody up. They're gonna win it with the pen. Who is the better coordinator?
So what do you want to see with the pen from EB and this coaching staff?
What I want to see is just basically some of the things I've seen this past few weeks. Designing plays that I got a man right now. Designing those plays where, okay, we running slants because we know they're gonna be in man to man.
Yeah.
We're gonna run things where I watched the game last week when this past Monday. And they brought the blitz, and the first thing my man Troy Aikman said, he can't take a sack right here.
Yeah.
And boom, they brought the blitz. You could see Russ wanting to do something, but he just had the ball up.
Yeah.
He didn't fumble the ball. Yeah. Boom, next play. He said they're going to do it again. He can't take the sack right here. And the first thing I'm saying is, it's man.
Yeah.
Throw it up or throw a run.
Yeah.
And Russ just threw it up. I mean, it was a bad ball because if he threw it the way he should have, it would have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
And guess what? It was a PI. So if we're going to be seeing this, we got to have plays going into offensively, like you say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Wink not going to fix things. You got to anticipate him bringing that.
Yeah.
Same way we anticipated Bills looking at some of the stuff that we put on film and saying he was going to come with stuff.
Yeah.
So whether Wink show us to us or not, if he's showing it, then we got to play for it. We've been checking well enough. We've been doing some of these things at the line of scrimmage that allow us to be a little more efficient on offense. So, hey, maybe we check into something. Or maybe we change something at the line because of what we saw. Maybe they show us something back out of it, regardless of what it is. Have something for the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And if they don't, then be prepared to go ahead on
You
with
have
your
to
play.
weaponize his blitzing. You have to use his aggressiveness against him.
Yeah.
All right, when I say
agree.
use it against him, I want to have 2 or 3 tight end and running back screens already set
That's what I'm saying,
right
yeah.
into the teeth of the blitz. I want to throw, of course, the quick game, but I also want to. I want to utilize. I want to make them go left to right instead of letting them go vertically up the field.
Yeah.
I want to cause them to think. So now, not gadget plays, but quick hitting plays that allow in the rush.
Stuff
to
that
come
we
in.
do. Stuff that we do.
Stuff that you do, but also wanting to do it over and over. Like, I would not be mad if I seen 3 tight end screens.
Yeah.
Well, if they blitzing off the edge with that nickel right there, tight end, you hot, lineman, let him in. Now we got more in front of them than behind them.
I saw something that Bates did last week that led me to know that, see, we're talking now.
Yeah.
We in these meetings, we're talking. When Bates came off the line, they brought somebody off of Bates, and Bates looked to see, hey, I'm hot.
Yeah.
Let me make sure he ain't throwing it. Then he ran his route and still got the ball. You see what I'm saying? So that's allowing me to to believe that it's been mentioned to pay attention because you never know, you might get it right now.
Yeah.
Or if you're not, just go along through, with your design or assigned play, and you never know, you might still get the ball, which he did. But that gives me it made me smile because it's something that when, as a player, I did it all the time. Like, man, I'm hot. Like, I'm give it to me now because Lord knows you put it into the right person's hand.
Oh, and with a blitz, it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You, one tackle,
Yeah.
one missed tackle away.
Now we talking.
And something you've seen the last couple of weeks, so against the Raiders and against the Dallas Cowboys from this Wink Martindale defense, is teams have been getting in empty. And you mentioned the slants, Tana, and I saw Jacoby Myers catch like a little now route, like a little choice,
Yeah,
looky kind of route.
Yeah, looky.
Yeah.
Guys pressing him. Beats him at the line of scrimmage. He's wide open for a big game.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks, same thing. So I think a lot of people think, we got to keep protectors in. We got to add all this protection. Sometimes
you don't.
spreading them out,
Is the
finding
best-
those best
yeah.
matchups is a really helpful way to do that. So I think that's something to keep an eye on. Max protect, spread them out. Just make sure we got answers to get the ball out of Sam's hands quickly. And then can our receivers win in those
Well, I'm
man-to-man
finna say,
situations?
we just talked about the pen. I should be having Terry McLaurin on Banks as many times as possible. All right?
Banks questionable too.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Oh,
If he's
and if he
healthy.
questionable,
Yeah.
most
Yeah,
definitely.
he's questionable.
So I want to put my best against your inexperience. Like, it's about time.
But Banks
that we-
has been playing pretty good.
yeah, until Cooks kind of got a little hold of him the other night.
But I feel like that wasn't all him, though. But
No, it wasn't. But you got Adora Jackson who hasn't been playing.
he's out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he hasn't been
And
playing.
I think Flock
You're
got a shoulder or something like that.
They're banged up,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So I want to get these my wide receivers on their DBs, and if Banks is playing the best corner for them right now,
Yeah.
that's fine. I'm gonna put my best receiver over there.
Banks was following your boy
Terry last time.
No, I'm saying
CD.
he was following CD Lamb all last week, and then at times he just played whatever. But he's one of those guys. He felt like he was doing his thing against us. I watched his
he
cockiness.
played good, but it also is. The only way to expose him is to give him what they've been giving our rookie.
Yeah.
A dose of the number one receiver.
Yeah, do something. Yeah.
So another thing that we've changed since the last game is the offensive line. I think Tyler Larson, interesting in this game. You mentioned EB, mentioned the protections, mentioned the opportunity, mentioned the matchups outside. To me, Tyler Larson, can you get this protection called correctly and get this offensive line going to the right guys, making sure that there aren't those free runners like there were last week. Make sure we're just generally on the same page. Going to be super important. Next thing I think is we need to talk about really quickly, we mentioned him briefly at the top, is Tommy DeVito, Saquon Barkley, this Giants offense. Who is Tommy DeVito in your estimation?
Dude, please don't want to ask me that question.
I'm asking you because I know you're going to come with some nonsense.
Who is he?
Yeah.
Hell, I want to know who is Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, so
All right, of
he's,
course,
he's
he
a-
went to
he's a-
Syracuse.
He transferred to Illinois.
He can make plays off schedule. Let's not take that away from him.
Yeah.
But the hardest
Daniel
thing,
Jones' little brother.
but the hardest thing is to do in the NFL for a quarterback is to make on schedule plays, and that's what he doesn't do well. Not the tallest guy, so he don't see over the line like everybody else. Tommy DeVito is the cousin of Danny DeVito. That's all we need to know. All right,
That's the
put it like this.
grandson, man. That's his grandson.
And he's a backup in this league. All right, he's a backup in this league for a reason. And a young rookie trying to catch up at that. I think he's erratic at times.
Yeah.
I think he's getting better because he's getting some playing under his belt. But the coaches are only going to let him go so far with the play call. And that's the thing that I think going to forever hold young quarterbacks back is they're going to spoon feed you this stuff and still tell you not to throw it deep.
Right. And I think that's the thing. I was thinking about if I was the Giants coaching staff, how do you win this game? What is my game plan? And the game plan that I came to was I need to find 5 to 7 explosive plays with DeVito.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't know if he can throw the ball that far. He's got a little Taylor Heineke, Jake Fromm to him like that. He's competitive.
Saquon.
He can run.
Yeah.
He's got a quick release. The arm talent down the field isn't there for him, so you're really limited. And the handcuffs are on him, man. They don't let him do a lot. And I don't know. Like I just am like, if I was going to win this game, if I said I have to beat the Commanders, what am I going to do?
Run,
Heavy
play
dose of
action,
Saquon.
screen.
It's Saquon for sure.
Yeah. Run.
But I got to get the ball down the field.
Run, play
Guess
action.
what they
is
gonna
how
do
I
to get down the field?
Huh?
They gonna double move us down the field.
Play
Double
action.
move. They know we susceptible to it. They gonna double move us downfield. They gonna hope that at worst case we get a pass interference call. They gonna heavy dose of Saquon, screen game. They gonna have number 17 doing all the motion stuff to get the ball in his hands right now. Give him a little dump off.
Wandell.
They gonna look when I watch that game. That's what they want to do to the Cowboys, but the Cowboys so powerful, they so disruptive. Like you can't do it. They don't allow you to do that because they have guys on every level that could be disruptive. The DB's disruptive, the linebacker's disruptive, the D lineman disruptive. So they're gonna go out there saying, okay, where you weak at? Or who we can pick on?
Yeah.
And they're gonna pick on him. And not saying that he's gonna pick on him and throw for a whole bunch of yards or run for a whole bunch of yards. He's just gonna find where even if we not our best, they're going to give us something. You understand?
Yeah.
And that's what we have shown. We've shown from time to time we could be in the best coverage. We can be right here. But guess what? We're going to panic, and we're going to give them a pass interference, or we're going to give them another chance for another play.
They're going to try to weaponize. They're going to try to weaponize field position. This is a field position game.
It's definitely a field position game.
100%.
Defense going to get after us the best way they can and try to force us into a situation.
And that's where our big plays got to shatter that field position. Yeah. We got to keep them behind the chains, and we got to stay in front of the chains. Yeah. But we also is big play disparity. Who has the most 20-yard plays? Yeah. That's going to be the call of this game.
Yeah, and I think, Tanner, you mentioned that Dallas was really powerful. Obviously, the offensive line for the Giants is really banged up. It's one of the reasons, in addition to DeVito's arm, that they haven't been able to push the ball down the field. Yeah. You mentioned Saquon Barkley. They're going to lean on him heavy. But, again, the O-line is struggling.
The O-line has played a lot better, though, since us. Wait, no, not even since us. Like the last few weeks. I mean, before they played the Cowboys, they was playing a lot better.
Yeah, Evan Neal's playing better, but I think he might be out with an ankle. But the interior guys are guys that are
interior guys.
They're just not there yet. They are the most sacked team in the NFL. Yeah. Think about it. Daniel Jones is still the second most sacked player in the NFL after Sam Howell, and he has missed 3 football games.
Yeah, missed 3 football games, and that's why, depending on he who remains, aka DeVito, is I'm shocked. Like, this told me something. When they didn't try to go get a true backup quarterback, like a Jacoby Brissett or somebody that can, like,
win you games,
try to win your games, that tells me a lot about the brain trust of what's going on in New York right now.
No, they just feel like they got a good draft coming up with some quarterbacks.
Yeah, and they want one.
They're trying to get one.
And they want one.
They go get them one. You know what I mean?
They did bring in Barkley from USC, the old USC quarterback. Again, he's not in that same category as the Dobbs is.
I'll take Mike White.
Yeah, but no way Miami lets him out of there.
But so. I'm just saying though, but it's guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know what folks better realize? We got Jake Fromm.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
Nobody haven't said that about him. He just hitting over here.
Hey.
And Jake he can go
play. Don't forget the guy that went to Broad Run. Quarterback that was in Baltimore.
Oh, yeah. What's his name? McSorley.
Trace McSorley. Like, it's some guys out there. Yeah. But when you say, you know what? We just gonna end this thing with DeVito. Like, listen, that tells me.
Or they're waiting for Tyrod Taylor to come back, which is not this week, but the following week. So
and you know how I feel about Tyrod.
Moral of the story: not a great situation for them.
Yeah.
There is a way for them to win. Yeah. It's going to be hard for them, but we saw last time we played them.
Anything can happen.
If the defense plays well, they find a couple explosives. They control the clock, they control the game, and we cannot dictate to them offensively. Yeah. It's going to be a long thing. We talked about game flow last time. Mm-hmm. If we can score a lot of points offensively, we'll run away with this game. Yeah. Right? But if we can't, if they get after us and it's 7-7, going into the third quarter, who knows what's going to happen, because like they can run the football okay. They're an effective team.
And
they saw us play against New England too, and like, look, that game right there, just alone, like, we gave New England a chance to be in the game. So that's what I'm saying. We have to make sure that we don't have those boneheaded mistakes, which I feel like we have been having a lot of those the last few weeks. You know, a turnover here or there that give that team the momentum back. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Just a reminder, we are brought to you by Bet365. Right now, new customers can choose between 2 offers when they open up an account at Bet365. Either the first bet safety net $1,000 or bet $5 get $150. Yes. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365, the official sports betting partner of the Washington Commanders. Fred, hit that disclaimer real quick.
Must be 21 plus and physically located in Virginia. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and won't help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fred, fantastic work there. Nice job, guys. All right. Now, let's talk about where the Commanders' advantages are. And because Tommy DeVito is playing, we've got a Goodfellas theme today, right?
Mafia.
Yes, really exciting of that. So, what's that quote, Fred? It's as far back as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a
leave a horse head in your bed.
Commander, right? That's the saying? Commander? So, this week, we're going to talk about who needs to be the enforcer, who needs to be the money, who's the wild man, who's the boss. So, we'll start with the first one. Who needs to be the enforcer this week for the Washington Commanders?
You know what? If we was in the Mafia right now, he would have the best enforcer name ever. You know what? Blucho, go get me Payne. You know what? Go get me Payne.
I love it.
You send him to 51st and 3rd. and tell him what I say.
I love it,
That's
man.
the enforcer for me.
I love that one, man. Yeah, because like he's been a little bit quiet.
Yes, he's like I'm waiting for him to dominate 4 quarters.
Yeah.
4 quarters of domination. He my enforcer. What about you?
Yeah, I think I like that. John Allen, I think would be another guy there. For me, I was going to say, this is going to sound a little bit weird, but I was going to say Eric Bieniemy, because I always think of an enforcer as someone who protects the team, protects the quarterback, and I think EB with his plan is going to protect Sam Howell.
See, I look at it as an enforcer as a guy that goes out and
physically, but I'm saying like a guy that I thought, in this game, the guy that has kind of got the most important job of protecting Sam is what you're doing with the pen, which you gave me the idea right at the top of the show, is what I'm doing with the pen on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I was going to add a coach too, but it was going to be Del Rio.
Okay. All right. I see what y'all doing.
I feel like this, like Fred just talked about it, if this is the best opportunity, if these guys limping and they are our nemesis, kick him in, what, while he's down. So these guys coming in limping at us, like, hey, black eye already. They done been roughed up weeks in advance.
Yeah.
Game plan something that's gonna put this game in
Give
our
the
hands.
advantage.
Off the top of the game.
And maybe to that point, kind of following the theme, is let that defense be the enforcer, right?
Yeah.
Get them confident. Let them play fast.
Fly around.
Let them play physical. We talked about Payne, talked about Allen. Let that whole defensive line cook. Let the linebackers cook. Let St. Juice play confident, right? All those things we were talking about. And I do think, again, like it comes from the game plan. And so, for me, it's what's the protection plan for Sam? And that starts with EB. And that makes sure he understands what that is. So I think Del Rio, EB, I think Payne is an excellent. I'd love to see Payne jump off this week.
I need him to be an enforcer. I need him to kick people out the club. If they ain't got security, kick them out the club.
Get out of there. I love it.
Yeah,
that's a great one. All right, so next one. Who needs to be the money? Who needs to be money this week?
Sam I am.
I was going to say Sam I am too, because it's every week he's got to be money. Right?
I'm finna say what week he can't be money.
It's easy. It's easier said than done. I mean, trust me, Sam has right now put himself into the ranks of a lot of these other guys that's playing well in this league. The only thing that Sam don't have to go along with is the wins. But with that being said, there's been said that if we was doing this better or this differently, then we should have wins with the production that he's been showing.
Sure.
So I think right now when you come into a game that we knew that he struggled with early in last time we faced these guys with the blitz and all that stuff, you talked about EB being that enforcer. EB called a great game, and like I say, put him in situations where he can flourish, where he can take advantage of his skill sets, get outside the park. 'Cause that's another thing that I think that has slowed down for him. He's now confident to run. He's now confident enough to say, man, I'm a little more agile than the average quarterback playing this position. You know what I mean? So put him in situations where when he see it, he knows I got to dump off here, or I can take off and run and use my eyes and say, hey, if somebody pop open downfield, I can throw the ball, or I can just go ahead and be who I've been, hit the dump off guy, hit one of our backs or our tight ends, and live to see the next down.
So y'all both agree on Sam Howell.
No, I got someone different, but I like Sam Howell a lot.
Who you got?
So for me, it's Tyler Larson. Tyler Larson this week has to be money. Calling protections. ID and protections, no free runners this week. No free runners. Let's make sure we got that stuff targeted correctly. And then he's got maybe the most challenging matchup on the entire offense. That's Dexter Lawrence. He's up for kind of defensive MVP in terms of statistical production. He had 15 pressures against the Jets, just absolutely manhandling the center. So Tyler, put your big boy pants on. You got to be money this week. You got to ID stuff. You got to be physically winning that matchup. And that's not always him by himself, but understanding where my help's coming from, how we double team this guy, how to maximize that. He's got to be dialed in this week.
When I think who got to be money, I'm thinking like who got to be guaranteed,
Okay.
When they on a sell credit card, they take money. Like money is that
cash. Cash money.
Cash is that ultimate trade-off. Like even to the point when you work, that Friday come and you want that check is that money. So I'm going to go what y'all did last time. I'm going Coach Bieniemy. Coach Bieniemy, I need him to be money. I think for Sam to be money, I think the brain trust of Sam has to be money, because the real violent matchup is Coach Bieniemy versus Wink Martindale. So I need Coach Bieniemy to be on point moving him out their pocket. I need him to be on point when he called them tight end screens in the red zone, because he know they coming with 0 blitzes. I need him to know what he's finna do before he do it. I I need it to all look like it's all scripted. You know how we can tell the first 15?
Yeah.
I need him to script 4 quarters of plays. Coach Bieniemy, I need you to be money.
Yeah, I love that one, actually.
I like it.
Obviously, EB is going to be important. So this next one, I'm kind of curious to see what you guys got to say. Who needs to be the wild man this week? Who needs to be the wild man this week? I can start.
Jamin Davis.
Ooh, I love that, Tana.
Jamin Davis.
All right.
You already know Saquon Barkley coming with his hard
Yes,
hat and
he
his lunch pail.
is.
I need Jamin Davis
love
flying around, tattooing whoever got the ball in their hand.
Yeah.
And if they ain't got the ball in their hand, I need to run the sideline to sideline to make sure that if you're trying to throw it to somebody, no sir, I'm here. Jamin Davis has been flying around, been making some good plays. You said quietly, having one of his better seasons.
Yeah.
I need Jamin Davis to be able to get that stadium rocking with his play, flashing. Every time you get a chance to flash in the run game, flash in the passing game, just be disruptive, totally disruptive.
Well, you know what? I just gave this dude this new nickname. I'm going to have to go with CC. I'm going to have to go with Cam Curl.
Oh, okay. You like it?
I'm going to have to go with
like
C2.
I like
Should I call him C2, carbon monoxide? All I'm saying is,
Cam Curl does got a K in one of his now.
is it? My fault. But you can't substitute it. All right? All I'm saying is I need Cam to be wild. And when I say wild, he plays so much under control. Sometimes I think it stopped him from getting that off kept the play. I need the numbers to look like his games, because when you watch his games, you're like, oh, he all over the field, all over the field.
Yeah.
But then you're like, where's that pick? Where's that first fumble? Where's that fumble recovery? Where's that play that made it short for Sam? Where's that play? Because I think he's the doggone defense right now, and the defense will take his identity. So if you need him to be a wild man, I need him to be a little bit more wilder than Tarzan. I need him to be more like Sasquatch. I'm talking about Bigfoot wild.
All right, for me, it's B-Rob. And I think pass protection standpoint, run the football, catching the football, be that wild man, that kind of extra piece to the offense, make some explosive plays, get something off of Sam Howell. Yeah. All right, last one, we got to be quick here because our special guest has just arrived. But who needs to be the boss this game?
The Rick Ross of the room, the boss. I'm going to save it for Sam Howell because I ain't used the Airwolf already. Y'all use the Airwolf. The one thing we know about any good mafia movie, they are only strong as the boss. All right? And right now, you know, one of my favorite all time is Lucky Luciano. You know?
From?
Yeah. No, he real.
Oh, okay.
This is not fictitious.
Sorry.
All right? So my guys, him and Maya Lansky, is the head of the thing, knew how to diversify everything. And what Sam Howell has done a good job of is spreading the wealth when it comes to his wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs. So nobody can divvy up the bread and make sure everybody get what they do besides the boss. And the boss is Sam Howell, a.k.a. Sam Snow.
I like it. What you got, Tim?
I think I need my boss to be none other than the boss, Ron Rivera.
Okay. All right.
Way to call it.
We can go out here and think that something's going to be given because of who we facing or who they have at quarterback, but it don't work that way on this level, and we understand that. I need the boss to be the boss and go out there and give them guys a great speech, motivational speech, one of them speeches where you want to go run through the wall for them, and watch our team go out there and play well.
Yeah, I love that one, actually. So for me, it's Terry McLaurin and Kendall Furl. I'm going to take 2. And the reason I want them to be the boss is because I want them to make some plays. Like I think Fuller, if he can get an interception this game, be huge for that defense's confidence. Yeah. And I just think about the first matchup and Terry getting those explosive plays, beating up on Banks in the second half of that football game. Like sometimes it's not always perfect. Sometimes the pocket's a little weird. Does Sam Howell know where Terry McLaurin is? Let's make a play down the field.
So do Terry really want to get him back for them 2 passes that kind of got away from him?
I'm sure he does.
All right.
I'm
I
sure
like
he does. We are brought to you by Bet365. Get your straight bets paid out or parlay selection marked as a winner when your team goes up by 17 points, regardless of whether the opponent comes back to win the game, Fred.
So any point in the game.
Any point in the game.
17 points?
That's right.
You pay me now.
Tanner, what do you think about that? Seems pretty.
Sounds good to me. I sucks at bets. So I definitely want some of that.
Teams have gone up by 17, and we've paid out nearly 52 times this season as of 9/11. And one of those games, Fred, was who?
It was the Commanders versus the Broncos. I'll never forget being down 21 points.
So 4 times this season, both money lines have been paid out because of an early NFL payout, the end result of the game, right? Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Bet365, the official sports betting partner of the Washington Commanders. What? You got,
No,
what, you got something to say?
I want to bet that my Pies are better than
Okay,
Zach
well,
Shelby pies.
until we get there, we got to say must be 21 and physically located in
Not eat
Virginia.
my pies.
Please gamble responsibly. If someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. So, Fred,
Yeah.
you're betting.
I'm betting right now 10-1. My pie doesn't look better than his. It tastes better than his.
So, for those of you,
don't look better.
for those of you just joining
I'm
us,
glad cooking don't go by looks.
so this is Zach Selby. He's a staff writer.
Yeah.
He was here earlier this season, and he baked a pumpkin pie
Yes.
that was very good. And
Because
you
I
baked,
said pumpkins were useless.
yeah, and then you baked a sweet potato pie.
Purple.
And then that was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was good.
And basically you said, hey, we got to redo this. We got to flip the script just to know who's the better pure baker.
Yeah.
So in honor of Thanksgiving coming up here soon,
Yep.
Zach, you baked a
sweet potato pie
sweet
And it
potato
wasn't
with some wrinkles to it.
with some wrinkles to it.
Was it your first sweet potato pie?
No, it's my second one.
All right, see.
But I've never had this recipe.
Hey,
before.
but
So-
guess what? I have never made pumpkin anything.
Fred,
So let me just say, this is Fred's pie.
Yeah.
I don't know, Fred.
It's pumpkin.
I'm not feeling that great about the depth of this pie.
Hey, that's because.
I mean, the depth is okay with me. It's all about the taste.
Thank you,
Okay,
Santana.
all right.
I'm a guy. It's all about the taste.
I'm just saying, early in the process, not feeling great.
So when it comes to pizza, you a Chicago pizza guy, Detroit pizza, you like deep dish?
I actually like thin crust.
All right, well,
But
you're
this
like
is-
mine. That's
you
thin
like-
crust.
you like that
That's
pie.
New
there
York
ain't no
style.
filling in that pie either,
That's
man.
New York style pumpkin pie.
All right, so Zach, do you want to do your?
Unwrap
Do you have?
it.
I heard you have like a
I'll-
presentation here for your. Okay, let's.
Yeah,
see
he got like a little clown and some happy birthday
Put a
candles.
little wrinkle to us. I want to know what this wrinkle is. A sweet potato.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
over with.
Oh, what
Listen,
is?
he tried to do too much, and I'm telling you, it's over.
now
The
this is a
marshmallow.
sweet potato pie
Okay.
with it's micro. Sweet potato pie with a little extra wrinkles into it. Obviously, this is a marshmallow meringue on top of this pie.
It's over with.
Oh yeah. See,
It's
that
over
might help.
with.
And you're right, it is over with.
No, yeah. It's over with.
And
I won.
there's another extra recipe ingredient in here that I want to see if you could identify.
What you
See,
put in that
see, Zach,
nutmeg?
see, I'm gonna tell you something right now,
Thank you.
and I'm not gonna knock your pie because I haven't tasted. But this is what we talk about when you make potato salad and you put raisins in it.
He put raisins.
How
I don't
dare
potato
you.
salad.
Don't
Yes,
do all
you
that,
went too
Zach.
far.
You put
don't do all
put
that.
marshmallows.
No, he put a marshmallow
sweet potato
meringue.
is sweet potato.
Potato.
All right, let's check
You
it
don't
out. Hey,
do all
Tanner,
that.
fine.
Get out your feelings. I'm talking
Don't
to Zach
you
here.
ever
You
compare my pie
put
with raisins
marshmallows
in
on
your
it.
potato
I'm
salad.
saying,
Yeah.
you can't do that when you're making something for everybody to try.
Thank you. It
You
needs to
don't
look like
add
this.
the extra stuff. This look,
It needs
see,
to-
it's not a competition.
Thank you.
It's just about
I don't mind.
pumpkin and sweet potato.
I don't mind my
Zach, I'm not saying you're not good. I'm not
No,
saying
no,
it.
no.
I'm
Time
just
out.
saying-
Tanner. What went in here, Fred? This isn't just pumpkin. There's like sugar. There's butter.
That's what you do. That's right.
I
That's
get you.
recipe.
So that's a recipe
It's a
for a
recipe.
sweet potato pie.
Now it's feelings involved. I don't like that. It's feelings involved.
What are you talking about feelings?
No,
Yeah,
don't come to me
whose
like that. Don't come to me like
whose
that.
feelings are involved,
Let's
man?
go.
But
I'm
about
telling you
raisins. Look
that
at this
if you
man.
want me
It's
to
too
sit
much.
here, I'm
It
not
ain't
trying
too
to.
much.
I'm not
It
trying to
ain't
knock
too
him.
much.
I'm
Thank
just
you.
telling him I haven't
Thank you.
tasted yet, so I'm
Right.
gonna taste it. But when he has a competition,
Did too much.
if you
I
come
don't think
into
so.
a competition, if they say make something, you gonna make it to what they say.
Who are
make
you,
it.
hey, fans,
this
who are
is-
you going to listen
You know
to?
this.
A
Okay,
guy
I'm
that
glad, but we
hasn't
don't-
ate sugar in 27 years.
Hey, let Zach defend
So,
himself.
well, let me ask you this. All right, when you're going into a game,
All
you're
I'm saying
preparing
is
for
that-
film, or you're watching film, are you going to do just everything the team expects you to do? No, you're going to
Overcome coaching, Tanner. Overcome
You
coaching.
can't do that with
Overcome
cooking.
coaching.
Can't do that with cooking.
He overcame coaching.
Can't do that with cooking.
Sometimes cooking is very simplistic.
Thank you.
You cook the food.
Yeah, 'cause
And
the
if
person
people
like me ain't
want
gonna
to put
eat
hot
your cooking
sauce on
when
your
you start
chicken,
doing all that extra
they
stuff.
put hot sauce on your chicken. But that one, that looks like a sweet potato pie supposed to look.
The reason
See,
why-
that-
You probably laced it with sweet potatoes. I don't believe that's
Look, the reason why I say
pumpkin
that though, Zach, the reason why I say that is because you have people that's picky.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
What I told you I don't eat. Creamy white stuff.
He don't.
So when you put creamy white stuff on some and it's supposed to, and all my life I eating sweet potato, and I ain't never seen no creamy white stuff on it.
Because guess what?
I'm scared to eat it.
Zach, I don't think it's
So-
going to be creamy here, though.
Yes,
No.
it is.
No,
Yeah,
it's
what
not
do
gonna
what do
be.
you do? Let's do that now.
You want me to
Yeah,
hold this for a second.
I'm gonna
Hold this
taste
for
it.
a
You know I drop it.
But I'm
on
just
purpose.
saying, like,
You might, but you might not want to.
sweet potato is sweet potato.
Uh-oh. Put it on the camera. Where's the camera at?
So this is what this dude
I'm
doing.
just saying, man. We're gonna crisp this up. No more creamy white stuff, Tana.
It's still white stuff on top of sweet potato pie.
Dude, you never had mushrooms on? Mushrooms.
No, you never had it.
Marshmallows?
You never had it.
Of course I had.
Hey,
it.
First of all, you
Oh,
haven't
no
ate
sweet potato
sweets in
pie?
50
Yeah, of course.
Never.
Boy, we don't make no sweet potato pies like that.
We make whipped cream. That's a difference.
Yeah.
Spit all
cream.
over me, boy.
Now look at that. That smells amazing.
This smells
I'm
like.
I ain't knocking you, Zach.
Hey.
I ain't knocking you. I'm just letting
Hey,
you know.
camera. This looks like it smells like grasshopper butts.
No, that smells like that smells like
Let's
fall.
go taste it, man. Because
That
they gonna try to
smells
get
like October.
They gonna try to
It's
get
gonna
hot
taste
with
like
me
November.
for
You're
telling
that's
them
peak
that if
fall
you
right
make
here.
a sweet
Taylor,
potato,
you
make a
told them
sweet
the truth.
potato. That's all you gotta do. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
that's it.
saying.
So while Zach's cutting this pie up,
Yeah,
or
come
while
on, cut the
Jason's
pie.
cutting this up,
Let's taste this thing,
Let's
man.
get our predictions for
And
the
don't
game.
forget, I made a pumpkin pie. My
looks-
first pumpkin pie.
Good, I'm
Notice I
happy
put
for
air
you.
quotes in pumpkin. I still don't believe that's a pumpkin
Okay,
pie.
so
pumpkin
real
pie.
quick, while Jason's cutting this up,
Yeah.
predictions for the game. Tanny, you want to start?
Beat them.
Beat them.
Yeah.
That's it.
I ain't got no prediction.
Keep it simple.
Hey, my prediction for the game will start off a little slow. It's still an NFC East game. Don't
Yep.
matter who's out there. These teams know each other. But then I think somebody's going to start to separate because of some big play in the second half. Will it be on special teams? Will it be on offense? Will it be a defensive play? But I think if you want to go and get this team out of here, you got to make a play early.
Yeah.
I don't think the big play can come late because if you let this team stick around, I'm putting my money in fourth quarter on the Giants just because you let them stick around.
Yeah. Zach, you got a prediction?
Yeah,
And that's
actually,
scary.
I kind of do.
All right. Well, we know
Maybe
you can't make pie, but you
the
can tell
least
sports.
rising prediction: Wink Martindale's going to bring the freaking heat.
Okay.
on Sam Howell. And I think Sam Howell is going to do a lot better than he did in
I think
that,
so,
that
too.
Week 7
Last
matchup.
time,
I think he's
yeah.
going to respond to it better. I think EB is going to have a better game plan. And I think they're going to be able to get the ball out quicker and get some momentum going aside from the 7 points they put in Week 7.
Well,
like
guess so. They also
like
got
that.
Lawson on the offensive line
like
and
that
Chris
too.
Paul. Do you
They-
think they got something to do with it?
I think so.
I agree with Zach there.
Yeah,
of the predictions.
I think that's another thing too that you can kind of add to what our success from the last few weeks of offensive play has stemmed from just those guys on the offensive line. You know, don't get me wrong. I feel like Sadiq Charles is capable. He was doing great, but to see Chris Paul come in
They just work well
and
together.
Larson to come in
Yeah.
and seeing things a little differently, man, it just gives you that kind of assurance that something has changed.
Yeah.
We don't know. We're not
Yeah.
quite sure
Yeah.
if it's really, them or just some of the play calling, but something's different.
Sometimes. And it's
Yeah.
making it easier for Sam to showcase his talent.
Yeah, so I'm optimistic about this game. There's not a lot of stuff that New York has going for them, but again, it's a division rival. Who knows? But I expect them to win this football game, and I expect Sam to look a lot better, and that's one of the reasons why. I think they'll be able to score a lot of points, get
If Sam don't do all the extra, because when people do extra, stuff don't always go out. We want them to
Yeah.
do
No,
just
just
enough.
do-
in the
be
end.
you.
That's what you gotta do.
Don't
Protect
put
the
no
football.
marshmallows on top of it. Just stay to the core. What make the
I
game
can't
plan
believe. So you
good.
never had marshmallows with your sweet potato pie?
I'm black.
No, we
You
we
never
sweet
never-
potato.
I've
Never,
never had marshmallows on top of my
You
sweet potato.
missing out.
Yeah.
You
Never.
missing
I used
out.
to. One of my family members used to bake them in, like not on top like that, but bake them in like
Into the pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
Yeah, so-
seen that before though. I've
so-
seen the marshmallow swirl into a sweet potato
Yeah, yeah,
pie. I've
yeah.
seen that
Yeah.
before.
So I'm excited.
But
for
by the
something.
time you get it, it's in there so much to where
Yeah.
you're just tasting it. You're not really seeing
Yeah,
it.
and
So,
so-
I'm asking, so did you ever put marshmallows on top of your pumpkin pie?
I don't know. I think that was more of like a whipped cream type scenario.
Yeah. Which I made, by the way, last time. Homemade whipped cream.
Oh, was that homemade?
It was homemade.
That was pretty good.
Well, I just made that whipped cream that was in my banana pudding.
That banana pudding, that we should have that on here too. That was pretty good.
It's all
Tanner,
gone.
You actually
it was,
liked that?
I'll give you this. That was good. That was very good.
Well, that's my grandma recipe right
Fred,
there.
I have thought about this
Are we,
since that
serving
day. When I was deadlifting this morning, I was thinking about it. When I was running this morning, I was thinking about it.
That this contest had to
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, exactly.
I'm fine. We can
So,
have these
so
competitions.
Tanner, you've had marshmallows in your sweet potato, right?
I've had it. No, I've seen it done. Like my mom them don't make it like that. But I'm saying like I've been places where they cooked it into their pies.
It's raining forks in this.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
All right, let's do
Let
this.
me add. I'm just gonna let both of y'all know I'm scared to eat from you.
Well,
be
Fred,
all right.
what did Fred say? He said he mixed it with
Fred
his
said he
baby
whipped,
hand or something?
He whipped it with his baby hand. So ain't no telling what his baby
All right,
hand.
Fred.
You know what
Just to
movie
show-
that's off of.
I know what
Show
movie
you.
it's
I will
off of.
eat yours first.
All right, pumpkin first. Pumpkin.
Pumpkin
Oh wait,
first.
pumpkin first.
And it is pumpkin now.
The texture.
All right, Fred.
This is pretty good.
All right, Fred.
This is pretty good.
You forget it's pumpkin, don't you?
No, it's pumpkin.
The
It's
crust,
definitely pumpkin.
The only criticism I have, it tastes amazing.
That my crust skinny?
A little soft.
little
Soft.
Well, I didn't want to bake it too long.
but I like my crust to be a little,
You so
more
picky.
substance. You want
firm. I want
Yeah.
to like feel it. But yeah, like it's the filling, Fred, which is why you're eating a pie. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well,
This is your first pumpkin pie.
ever.
Man, I'm finna taste the sweet
job.
potato now.
What do you think, Jason? What do we got? Good?
Pumpkin, all right.
Man, Jason.
Oh, come on.
Man, come on. You gotta what you gonna else to put in there to kill the pumpkin?
that is a requirement for it. I feel like. I mean,
If you're gonna kill the pumpkin taste, you're
Tanner,
gonna
what you
kill it
think?
with cinnamon.
What'd you think, Tanner?
Love the pumpkin.
Okay.
let it
Love the
I
pumpkin.
already jumped and tasted sweet potato too. It's good. It's just different. I'm not a white
All right,
stuff guy.
I'm going in on the sweet potato now.
I'm not a white stuff guy. Y'all know that.
I'm with it, man.
Damn, I did a good job with this.
I don't
Very
eat,
good.
I don't eat male.
This is really good.
Now, what I can say,
I'm not being biased. I'm gonna go ahead and be the first person. I'm not big on trying people's stuff.
Try and build stuff. Okay? So what's the answer?
The white stuff threw me off, but it's okay. I'm not a pumpkin guy at all. This don't taste like pumpkin.
That's
Tastes good.
Yeah.
So if I had to,
Well, what I think what we're learning is, Tanner, that you're more of a pumpkin person than you think. Because the
No,
last
I'm not
time
a
I made
pumpkin.
pumpkin, you liked the pumpkin too.
I like your pumpkin. That means you're a
That's a
good
good
cook.
point.
You're a good
if
baker.
you, like I said, if
You're
you
a good
can make
baker.
something that
Yeah.
people don't usually eat taste good,
Yeah, y'all good bakers. I'm a sweet potato guy, and Fred's sweet potato was awesome. It was purple. It was awesome. The only thing that got me on the sweet potato, you probably got me if you even had the white stuff on. So I can't even really like taste what I'm trying to taste.
Yeah,
'Cause the
it's
white
a soft taste.
yeah, it's killing me because I'm already in my head. I'm thinking
you
about,
waiting on that sweet potato.
I'm thinking about mayonnaise. I'm thinking about
all the white stuff you
what
don't
y'all
eat.
should call all the stuff
Ranch.
that ranch, everything you could
You're an
think of
interesting
that I
person,
don't
Tanner.
like.
I don't agree with that. I think
No, you don't have to agree
marshmallow
with it. I don't
does
want
a
you
lot
to agree with it. I'm just saying, for me,
Hey,
that's what's killing me from
I don't
enjoying
think,
it.
I think it's pretty good for this to be your second sweet potato pie.
Oh, okay. All right.
Fred, I like yours.
So you said if I'd have made my deep dish like his,
No, I think it actually works.
Right.
Like the fact that it's not a big. I wish there was more sweet potato in your sweet potato pie.
I got a quick question.
yeah.
Did you make your own crust?
No, I bought this crust.
W.
You make your own crust?
Yes.
That's
Fred,
Whoa.
Fred made his own crust last time.
I made it last time though.
and it was great.
Yeah.
That's the difference I can taste.
Well, see, I was already scared to make pumpkin in the first place, so I was like, let me get the pumpkin part of this, and I worry about the crust afterwards.
The crust is bomb. I just wish there was more sweet potato-y taste.
What do you think the extra flavor is in it?
It's something different.
One more taste. Hang on 1 second.
Clove.
No, I mean there is clove in it, but
I'm kind of smell blind, low key, so it's tough for me.
No.
What do we got, Zach?
Nutmeg.
it's bourbon.
Oh, you put a little bourbon in there.
Yeah.
There we go. I got a little bit.
What type?
Jim Beam.
My brand.
See, there you go. Add
I just got a piece. I just got.
Add raisins, all other type of
I just got some more sweet potato, Zach.
Zach, man.
Yeah.
And I think that it would have elevated. I might have to say Fred's filling's a little bit better. I don't know.
Wow.
Hey, that's hurting you to say
It
that.
is hurting me to say that.
Damn. It's cold.
How did I beat you with pumpkin, man?
So that's 1, 2.
You know me. You know what
No, but
my-
I mean, I like it. I think we need a little bit more.
I'm gonna tell you like that.
Like what is it? It's like
I'm gonna tell you like that. I'm gonna be a, cause you know it's hard for me to lie. I was impressed with Zach Pumpkin. That was my
I mean,
first
Zach's a
time
good
ever had
baker
it.
though. There's no disputing that.
I think Zach know how good he can bake, and I'm talking to Zach since Zach's here. You know you're a good baker, and you say I'm gonna Fred up this time. I'm gonna put some marshmallows. I'm gonna put a little bourbon.
one up him.
Just come with it.
He should have stuck to the code.
Just sticks to the code, cause I mean I think honestly you can bake, so it's like you ain't have to even try him. You know what I mean? And I think him being regular degular, he made the pumpkin taste like
Sweet potato.
sweet potato. Like he made it taste good. So
I got to agree with that, but I
So-
respect the opinion.
that's what I'm saying. I mean you ain't.
It's
know,
good, Zach. It's good.
It's good. but,
Losing
you know,
is hard for everybody. It ain't never one of them things where you want to lose.
Well, let me tell you this. I don't think I lost.
But guess what? Like Mike Tyson say, everybody got to play until they get punched in the eye.
How is that relevant to right now?
Because he got punched in the eye, and
also-
he still think he in the fight.
But also you didn't make your own crust, bro.
But hold on. So let me add to that. Let me add to that.
You're both voting for Fred.
Yeah. I like the pumpkin. But let me just talk about the crust part of it. The majority of your grandmas ain't make their own crust. They went and got that. They went and got that pan that Fred brought his in that has the crust already in it from Wegmans or Harris Teeter, or if you're from where we from, Winn-Dixie or Publix in Florida,
Wiggly.
or Piggly Wiggly or Giant, and they went and made they filling and put it in there. So
I just got a good bite of Zach's with a nice big piece of sweet potato, maybe a little more sweet potato, and I would have been in on it.
Yeah.
Well, all I hear is the winner me, and then 3 wrong opinions. That's all I hear.
okay.
That's the great thing about a taste test. We as the cooks don't get to choose.
Yeah.
All right, the
What
people
did you think of his pie?
I thought it was great, like Tanner said. He took it a little too far. He's a habitual line stepper.
I like that you went for it, Zach.
A habitual line. I knew when he had it in the fridge, like, yeah, I got some extra stuff. He done threw himself under the bridge. It's just like wearing high top cleats, and you know they slowing you down. A little bit too much.
Well, thank you guys so much for making these delicious pies. Really appreciate it, and thanks for getting Tanner to try something new.
Yeah,
Zach,
And
he
you know
appreciates
what?
it.
Boy,
I think my banana pudding set you up for failure too.
I don't think it did. It had nothing to do with it.
all right. Hey, how you call them things at work? The little potluck?
Yeah, we had the potluck. That's all it was.
I went to a lot of potlucks in my life, and I never tried the raisins and the potato
And now you got us
salad.
eating raisins.
And I
Here's
done
the other
tried
thing,
it.
Nobody won. Pumpkin won.
Pumpkin one. That's right.
You
'cause
said you couldn't.
yeah, and think about it. Think about it. Both pies, the pumpkin your first time was better, and the pumpkin this time was better.
Well, that's
so what
because-
about that, Fred?
That because it's all about expectations. The expectation for the pumpkin is so low
That's a good
So
point.
that
it really
everybody
wasn't-
be shocked. Like, for real?
It wasn't Selby versus Fred. It was pumpkin versus sweet potato. And this says pumpkin won.
No,
Yes.
but I tell you
Pumpkin
this though.
one.
No, because your pumpkin didn't beat
Y'all
my
just
sweet
made it.
potato.
Y'all just
It
made
did,
y'all.
though. No,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
did. No.
All right, hey.
I love this sweet potato too, though.
I'm just saying, no.
Both of y'all had a tie last time.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
All
So
right.
now I just edged you out because this is not a tie. So Selby, good try.
All right, that's going to do it for today's show. Thank you so much for joining it, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, stay away from pumpkin pie.
Yep.
We are brought to you by Bet365. At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe every sport should be epic. That's why we offer an in-game experience which covers over 78 sports and 780 live streams to 90 million customers worldwide. Our online betting brand is powered by a world-class proprietary product and over 7,000 employees across the globe. Whatever sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365, the official sports betting partner of the Washington Commanders. Must be 21 plus and physically located in Virginia. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.